The Haunted House on Willow Lane.
Once upon a time, in a quaint little town, nestled amidst misty mountains and whispering forests, there stood an old, decrepit house. Its weather-beaten walls leaned precariously, and the once vibrant garden had succumbed to the embrace of neglect, its flowers withered and choked by weeds. This house, with its ominous aura and shadowy windows, held a sinister reputation among the townsfolk. It was whispered to be haunted, a sanctuary for restless spirits from ages past. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows over the sleepy town, I found myself drawn to the old house. Despite the warnings and tales of terror, curiosity gnawed at my resolve, compelling me to unravel the mysteries hidden within its walls. Armed with nothing but a flickering flashlight and a trembling heart, I approached the rusty gate guarding the entrance to the abandoned garden. The iron hinges groaned in protest as I pushed it open, the sound echoing through the stillness of the night like a mournful wail. The garden, once a haven of tranquility, now lay in ruins, its paths obscured by tangled vines and overgrown foliage. Every step forward felt like a descent into darkness, the air heavy with the weight of centuries-old secrets. With each creaking floorboard, every whispered breeze, I felt the presence of something unseen, something malevolent lurking in the shadows. But I pressed on, driven by a morbid curiosity that bordered on madness. As I crossed the threshold into the house, a chill ran down my spine, and I shuddered involuntarily. The interior was cloaked in darkness, broken only by the feeble beam of my flashlight as it danced across the peeling wallpaper and faded furnishings. The silence was suffocating, broken only by the occasional creak of floorboards and the distant hoot of an owl. I strained my ears, listening for any sign of life, or perhaps, something more sinister. Suddenly, a door slammed shut behind me with a force that sent shivers down my spine. I whirled around, my heart pounding in my chest, but there was nothing there, just the empty expanse of the hallway stretching out before me. With trembling hands, I fumbled for the doorknob, but it refused to budge, as if held shut by some unseen force. Panic clawed at my throat as I realized I was trapped, a mere plaything for the spirits that called this place home. I stumbled through the winding corridors, my footsteps echoing hollowly against the walls. Shadows danced and flickered in the dim light, taking on sinister shapes that seemed to watch my every move. And then, in the darkness, I saw it, a figure standing at the end of the hallway, its eyes gleaming with malevolence. Frozen in terror, I watched as it glided towards me, its movements smooth and unnatural. With a scream tearing from my throat, I turned and ran, my footsteps echoing loudly in the empty house. But no matter how fast I fled, the figure was always there, lurking just beyond the reach of my flickering flashlight. I stumbled and fell, the cold embrace of the floor welcoming me as my flashlight flickered and died. And then, in the darkness, I felt them, cold, clammy hands closing around my throat, squeezing the life from me with a relentless grip. As I gasped for breath, the laughter of the spirits filled the air, echoing through the haunted house for all eternity, a chilling reminder of the fate that awaited those who dared to disturb the slumber of the dead.
Part 2. Vocabulary words with meanings. Quaint. Attractive or charming in an old-fashioned or unusual way. Nestled. Settled or positioned comfortably and securely within something else. Whispering. Speaking very softly or in hushed tones. Decrepit. Worn out or ruined due to age or neglect, dilapidated. Weather-beaten, worn or damaged by exposure to the weather, typically appearing aged or worn. Precariously. In a way that is dangerously unstable or insecure. Succumbed. To submit or surrender to something, often implying a lack of ability to resist or withstand it. Withered. Something that has become dried up, shriveled, or faded, usually due to a lack of moisture, nutrients, or vitality. Ominous. Giving the impression that something bad or unpleasant is going to happen, threatening. Sinister. Giving the impression that something harmful or evil is happening or will happen. Townsfolk. Refers to the residents or inhabitants of a town, collectively. Sanctuary. A place of refuge or safety, a sacred or holy place. Horizon. Refers to the apparent line that separates the earth from the sky, where the two seem to meet. Eerie. Strange and frightening, especially in a mysterious or ghostly way. Terror. Refers to an intense feeling of fear, dread, or apprehension, often accompanied by a sense of imminent danger or threat. Abandoned. Describes something that has been deserted, left behind, or forsaken. Echoing. Repeating or reverberating a sound, especially with a delay or a series of reflections. Mournful wail. It is a vocalization filled with sorrow and mourning, often associated with profound loss, pain, or despair. Haven. Typically refers to a place of safety, refuge, or sanctuary. Tranquility. The state of being calm, peaceful, and quiet. Foliage. Refers to the collective leaves of a plant, especially the dense, leafy growth found on trees, shrubs, and other vegetation. Centuries old. Existing or lasting for hundreds of years. Malevolent. Having or showing a wish to do evil to others. Morbid. An abnormal and unhealthy interest in disturbing and unpleasant subjects, especially death and disease. Madness. The state of being mentally ill, especially severely, or a state of frenzied or chaotic activity. Cloaked. Meaning it is hidden, obscured, or disguised from view, making it difficult to perceive or understand. Feeble. Lacking physical strength, especially as a result of age or illness. Suffocating. Causing or experiencing a feeling of being trapped or unable to breathe. Shivers. Refers to a physical reaction characterized by a sudden and involuntary tremor or shudder, often due to cold, fear, excitement, or strong emotions. Whirled. It describes the action of spinning or rotating rapidly in a circular motion. Expanse. Refers to a wide and open area or surface, a stretch, budge. A verb that means to move slightly or to shift position, especially with effort or reluctance. Panic. Sudden uncontrollable fear or anxiety. Stumbled. It means to trip or lose one's balance while walking or moving. Flickered. An unsteady, wavering light or flame that shines or glows intermittently. Gleaming. Something that shines brightly or reflects light with a bright, glowing appearance. Unnatural. Something that goes against the normal or expected order of nature. Lurking. Existing or remaining hidden, especially for ambush or preying. Clammy. Unpleasantly damp and sticky or slimy to touch. Relentless. An adjective that describes something or someone that is persistent, unyielding, and determined, often in a harsh or relentless manner. Haunted. frequented or inhabited by ghosts or spirits, showing signs of haunting or being haunted. Eternity. An unending time, a state to which time has no application. Disturb. Interrupt the quiet, rest, or peace of, to agitate or bother.
Congratulations! You've completed the lesson.
Keep watching, listening, and practicing. Your hard work will pay off.